Community Redevelopment Agency Board, this May 26th, time is approximately 8:52 p.m. I do not see any presentations on the agenda. I assume none have been added, correct? No presentations? And with that, I will ask for an approval of the agenda from the board.
So moved.
Commissioner Farnsworth and Commissioner Mazon on the second. Is there any discussion on the agenda from the dais and from the public? I'm sorry.
Just the agenda.
I'm sorry, it was the approval of the agenda.
That's
Let me-
correct.
let me
I
back
don't
up.
have
Let me back
the
up.
minutes for the next one.
We have the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. Is there any discussion? I'll entertain a motion at this time for the approval of the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Farnsworth and Commissioner Coleman, any discussion on the approval of the minutes? Seeing none, any from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0 unanimous. And I'll point out, as I did earlier tonight, Commissioner Long, Board Member Long in this case, had a graduation to go to tonight. And Commissioner and Board Member Mark Clark is on vacation. So that's why they are out tonight. Okay, now to the agenda items. There is 2 items on here, commercial facade grant application. Ms. Chelsea, I assume you're going to be taking both of these tonight? All right, let's walk through the commercial facade grant application.
Okay, sounds good. Good evening, gentlemen. Just for the record, or anyone in the audience, my name is Chelsea Bakaitis, and I'm the Community Redevelopment Agency Coordinator. So today, we have a commercial facade grant for the Windows and Doors store. It's a new business moving into the old pharmacy building downtown. And the owner's name is Mike Petrello. So recommended action, we're gonna change this a little bit. There was some information we got today. So I'll just kind of say it verbally. So the recommended action is to approve the CRA commercial facade grant application for 75% of final expenses. The final expenses were estimated to be $13,687.24, up to $10,000. So that's that covers 75% for improvements to buildings located at 25430 West Newberry Road, contingent upon resolving building department issues. Is that, okay.
That's good.
Okay. So this is what the applicant submitted. This is the before, this is what the current building looks like, and this is what Mr. Petrello is suggesting we do. You can see there's new windows. There's actually going to be a new glass door, and then there's new windows at the top and the bottom portion of the building, and then a new awning. And all this still needs to go through the building department and planning department for permitting. So.
Gotcha.
Judge, will you go back to that? Just to be clear, we have communicated with the property owner that because he's in the historic district, if he changes the exterior, the awning is no problem, but having your sign, your logo on the awning does change the exterior of the building. That would have to go back to the HARB if he wants to keep the image on it. If he just wants the black awning, that's no problem. It had an awning before, right? But if he wants a sign, then it would have to go back. He can have a sign on the window, but if he puts a sign on the awning, then it has to go back to the HARB. But he does. He has been made aware of that.
Okay. All right, so we are entertaining essentially a conditional motion at this point. And Chelsea, you have a couple more slides, right?
Correct, yes. So the estimate total, which is the awning plus the cost of the windows, was $13,687.24. And so 75% of that amount is $10,265.40. So that means that Windows and Door Store is eligible for the max award of $10,000. All right, and we're back to the recommended action.
Commissioner Farnsworth, you had a question?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are the current windows on that building, are they original?
I actually don't know the answer.
I'm not sure that I know the answer to that either. They are definitely old.
They're old.
I don't know that they're the original windows,
They're old.
but they are old. But he is a specialist in designing the historic windows so they'll match the nature style feel of the windows there.
Okay, and the estimate that he gave, who, was that done by the city or is that done by him, business owner?
So he got two estimates from, so he's actually purchasing the windows and doors, and then he's gonna do the labor himself, but he's not charging us for the labor. I have it on my phone back there if you need the exact amount for each vendor, but he got the estimates themselves he got two quotes from two awning companies and two quotes from two window manufacturers.
Okay. I don't know that we have any say in it, but as far as the awning is concerned, I would prefer it not to have the logo.
Okay.
You guys absolutely you can make that part of the appraisal right now, part of the motion, right? Contingent on fixing the building issues, which are minor issues we just couldn't quite get. We've been over there a few times. We're just trying to get it all wrapped up. But we do want to make sure that all the issues are wrapped up before. We don't want them to have to come back. So if you guys say yes, you can make it the motion also. I approve what I'm looking at minus the logo on the awning, right? And after all the inspections are passed.
Okay,
I don't know what
Commissioner,
the other commissioners think. But
Yeah, I have a question. So since it's within the historical district, he's replacing those windows. We're giving him a facade grant. Do we get to keep the original windows that could be potentially historic? Since we're giving a facade grant and since he doesn't own the building.
I think that would
probably
be
belong to
we
the
could-
owner of the building, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
can ask.
is he going to give it to the owner of the business or is he going to trash? Because it's historic. I mean, I would think that we could potentially use those windows somewhere
probably sold.
or sell them. But I mean, we're given a grant, so
Huge need, and not necessarily need, but a huge demand for that kind of old.
antique, baby. I love antiques.
I can
Yeah.
text him tomorrow and find out, hey, the commission would like to make sure that they're not being destroyed.
Yes,
Right.
historic.
Yeah.
If they can, yeah, if they can.
And I
I
agree.
don't know that we have the legal authority. I defer to Nicole to make something like that. I mean, he's a really nice guy. He's, if you've been in there,
Yeah, I have.
clearly historically minded, right? He has done a great job in the building. So I can't imagine he's just going to throw away something that's useful. And like you say, he doesn't own the building. He's a tenant.
He may use it for like wall decor. You know, it's a window door.
Commissioner, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Do you have any feelings about the logo on the awning?
Yes, I do. So I agree with Monty only because if you put it on the awning and then say the guy go under, not saying he will, we're left with cutting that awning out and replacing it with stitch or whatnot. So I don't agree with. Yeah, it destroys the whole awning if he moves out. So I mean, I'd prefer to see it either on the building or on the windows, if possible.
Well, that would be at least a majority, even without Commissioner Coleman speaking on that. Okay, so we have a presentation. We've had a couple of questions. Any more questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve with the
Conditions?
commission recommendations.
Okay, perfect. Is there a second on the motion?
There's a second.
Commissioner Mazon with the second. If there's further deliberations from the dais, any from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimous. All right, Ms. Chelsea, mural design process, item number 2.
Thank you. There's no presentation for this one.
Okay.
But this is more of a conversation with the CRA board about how we choose murals that are chosen, or sorry, how we choose the design of murals. If you remember the annex building mural, it went through the HARB and then the CRA board, and everyone had input in it. So we are wanting to figure out a way to streamline that process, or figure out a way to simplify it a little bit. And so what we are recommending is that staff forms a committee and works with the artists. This is for future CRA funded murals. on public buildings. And so staff would work as a committee with the artist, develop a design, and then bring that design to you, the CRA board, and you could give a yay or nay whether you approve the design or not approve the design. And it's because the CRA money is being used. And the other suggestion, if we're going to be using CRA money, say for a facade grant to do a mural on a private building, so let's say a private owner wants a mural, they apply for a facade grant, they would just go through the same process as the facade grant they would work internally with the artists themselves, and then they would bring the design here when then they would eventually bring the design to the CRA board to finally approve it.
Chelsea, has there been any difficulty in getting the harbor board together and making those decisions? I don't want to take everything that they do away from them.
No, there hasn't. We can definitely, I guess.
Well,
yeah.
Issue the harbor board isn't the final say either. They're the beginning
Understood.
of the say, right?
Understood.
So I think of murals in the one or two that we've done, sort of like congressional bills in DC, right? And there's so many voices, there's so many people at it that what you end up with is not something that no one really wanted to begin with. It's sort of a compromise over here, with different groups. So just trying to figure out the last one that we did, it started with the Harb, it came to you guys, we kicked it back, it went back to the Harb, it came back to you guys, we put a pause on it. There were just so many different, it's art, I get it, there's so many different voices, so many different aesthetic tastes, right? So the ultimate final say is with you guys, right? So the committee that Chelsea's talking about, we would put it together. There'd be somebody representing from Main Street or the chamber or something. It wouldn't just be staff, but staff would put together a committee and say, here's where we're thinking about spending CRA dollars. But then we bring it back to the CRA board and say, this is what the committee came with. And then you guys could still send it back, make minor tweaks, but at least it's the linear direction of the decision is more clear than what it exists right now.
I'm okay with that.
Any other input? Commissioner Coleman? Indifferent? Okay. Commissioner Maison? Okay. Fair? All right.
Thank you.
Super. Thank you, Ms. Chelsea. And that's it for the agenda items. Any comments from the executive director first? CRA attorney? Board? Mayor? None? Your light's on. Did you have something? Oh, okay. Citizens? None. We are
Adjourned.
adjourned.